Really expressive.
I'll tell you,
the more
man,
you dig in, it does all kinds of crazy
Well,
stuff.
hey guys, this is Brad and Jamie with Main Stage Music, and we're here for our weekly live stream as always. As you guys have grown so used to making it part of your Tuesday night schedule, we are here for you.
There's a treatment program now, Ray County Hospital, for when we're not on air for withdrawals.
And you know, that's a good thing, because health is very important, especially when it comes to YouTube or Facebook Live withdrawals.
It's just nothing but goober clips.
Nothing
off
to
Andy
scoff
Griffith's
at all. So anyways, so this week we have an extremely fun product that has rolled in, and it's nothing new, okay? But it is from our friends in Boston at a company called Source Audio. And Source Audio is a new pedal brand that we are carrying, but it's been around for 15 years or so. And I just wanted to show you guys, because this has just been a very popular item at the shop. It is not just another cool pedal. There's a lot of great pedals, but as we're finding out, there are some pedals where they're all artsy and, we're going to talk about feels and stuff like that and make hand-painted stuff. And then there's other pedals that are like...
exactly one pedal company that I'm thinking of when you say
okay, we're going to say the same thing at 3, 2, 1, ZVEX.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say Old Blood.
Oh, well, there's Old Blood, too.
ZVEX isn't about feels. ZVEX is like,
they're like
I'm going to build a vibraphone
out
of a candle. And
there's a lot of... okay, so that being said, Source, on the other hand, couldn't be farther from that corporate ethos, if you will. I mean, they are considered for sure a boutique pedal because they're small. They're making things that maybe aren't just another TS9 overdrive clone or whatnot. But I mean, the stuff is very cool and does some features that you can't do or just isn't done with other pedals of this ilk. So Mainstage is the only dealer in the area for Source Audio. So we're going to show you these pedals real quick here. And of course, this does not represent all of the, here's my hands. Hey, I feel like home shopping, right? This does not represent all of the Source Audio products by any means, okay? This is just 4 that I quick grabbed to come down here, but I feel that it represents a very good idea of the diversity that this line does.
Well, I think you brought the 2 that probably introduced most people to the brand. And then the interesting parts about the way they design the pedals, might lead you if to go out to like some wacky phaser, modulator, synth, whatever that'll be. But, you start off with Bourbon Delay, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No, I mean, a little bit of, of course, according to Source Audio. Now, one thing I have to tell you about this brand, some brands that we deal with, you'll get, sometimes even the founder will come out to the store and he will explain, well, I started this company with a da-da-da, tell you this whole story about how organically he built something up and so on. But Source Audio has never done that. We haven't really connected with anybody from their factory. They're kind of even cryptic on their website, okay? They don't really talk a lot about themselves. They talk about their innovations, all right? But from what we can cobble together, these are out of Boston, Massachusetts. Everybody involved in the company came from the music industry. So you had Kurzweil, which of course, not only is Ray Kurzweil like one of the world's most foremost futurists, but he invented the Kurzweil Piano Company, which invented sampling, and I mean they were always on the cusp of the coolest new tech. And then a couple other companies, Analog Devices was one of them, but they founded the company in 2006 with a interesting control device that it was like a ring.
Yeah.
That
it's almost like a digital connected theremin type thing.
Oh, really? I've never used one.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like an EBow. Well, where they kind of hold it over the strings and it whines and stuff.
No, I think it was like a transmitter receiver, and you had sort of some variable you could control.
Well, hey, if any of you all have ever seen or played one of those or seen one used,
or has one,
yeah, feel free to comment, because obviously for all those who watch, you know that we love your comments and of course, read them on the program.
And you also know that we're willing to talk for an hour about stuff that we have no idea what we're really talking about.
We're learning. This is how we learn.
We're curious fellas.
Yeah, we're very curious. So anyways, getting back to Source. So I can just tell you, first of all, fit and finish of these pedals is very rugged. It's got like a brushed aluminum, it feels exterior, which is great for all of y'all who are very fastidious with their stuff and don't want smudges or paint chips or whatever. I mean, it's very well built. The bottom plate is a powder-coated black steel.
Ready for some Velcro.
Yep, got very clean, what would you call those, flush mount quarter-inch jacks. I mean, they're not just the normal thread-ons. It's definitely the higher quality output and input jacks. And as far as the feel of the potentiometers and so on, they have that nice resistance where it's not just a cheapy pot. I mean, I know it sounds dumb, but it's little things like that pedal guys understand, or just people who have
things that you
equipment.
don't think that you like about the gear that you own that you do like about the gear that you own.
I mean, they feel rugged, and they are rugged. I mean, they're a very good quality build. Okay, so I brought with us 4 pedals. I brought the one that Jamie was playing, which is called the C4 Synthesizer.
It's really cool.
Which is, of course, this guy right here. This one here is called the Nemesis. It's a delay pedal. This guy is called the Spectrum. They call it a intelligent filter, but really it is like a super Mootron, if you guys know what that is. It's that kind of cool, funky quack sound, almost auto wah. I mean, they're really neat. And then this is the most popular pedal that they make, which you likely have already heard and may not have known it. But it's called the Collider. It's a delay and a reverb in one pedal.
Yeah, it's like a Dispatch Master or an Avalanche Run, like times 1,000.
Oh yeah,
and like the Nemesis is basically like, everybody comes before everyone else. Timeline took all great old digital and analog delays and put them into one. Nemesis was like, oh yeah, well we can do that about half the size and do some other neat parameters. So they're kind of in that competing realm together.
So let me tell you the cool thing that I found about Source Audio. You look at these and they're very analog feeling pedals, but they all can be run off of an app on your phone. So whether it's Android or iPhone, all of these pedals come with a little cable that is an analog cable. It's 1/4-inch TRS to 1/8-inch TRS. And there's a free app for Android or iOS that you download, and you can scroll through all the different pedals, and then you can edit their parameters in the app, and it changes the pedal. I mean, we're talking way more editing than you can already. You do not need to use the app at all, ever. I mean, you get an amazing bevy of sounds, but for the tinkerers out there,
don't be scared of the app.
Well, no, the reason I say it, okay, honestly, the reason I say it is sometimes this computer dependent stuff scares me.
It's a great selling feature, but you don't want to have it.
Exactly, because you're at a gig and it's like I'm out in the middle of nowhere. My phone doesn't, I got 10% life on it. Oh my God, what am I going to do? It's like, no. You do not need to use your phone or your iPad or whatever to get great sounds or to use this anyway. But for people who want, so I know that Boss and Roland and Line 6, they all have a lot of great, let's just say editors. Yeah, exactly, where you can use a laptop, a phone even. But there's really not that many pedals that are doing that, okay? Now they have some features where you can plug in a USB into a laptop and you can, but as far as mobile.
Well, the GT1000 Bluetooth connection is pretty slick.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about other boutique manufacturers.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not something that you see a lot because
it takes a lot. But that's not what I like about these.
Well, I'm explaining to the viewers here something that's cool that I thought was really neat about it. The app is very intuitive.
Yeah, having features as long as they're not in the way of the sound quality.
No. The sound quality is
fine. But the thing I like about these is they're they're different. They're not a digital reproduction compiled together of a whole bunch of other stuff you've heard before. I think that they really tried to.
Oh, they have.
To make their own sound.
Try not. Do or do not. There is no try. And Source Audio took Yoda's wise words to heed, and they did it.
Yeah, I like it.
But anyways, as far as I was conclude about the app, the other thing is that there is almost a social aspect to the app, in that if you come up with a cool sound that you like, you can upload it to their little and you can download it onto your pedal and
the
saves.
tone print deal with TC was
exactly
super cool.
And
like
so
that.
they're doing the Source Audio is doing that with this as well,
Neat.
Which is really a neat feature. And I'll also say this: the app is a lot more intuitive than the tone print. We could.
Oh really?
Well, when we were demo the tone print at the shop, it was.
He had those modem sounds
Yeah,
in your pickup.
it didn't work, man. It just didn't work. And there's none of that kind of nonsense with this. Okay, I mean, you literally plug in this cable right here to the input 2, and then you plug it into the headphone jack on your phone. With an iPhone, you just have to use that little headphone dongle. But that's all there is to it. It's immediate. So pretty brilliant. Okay, so without further ado, I know you guys want to hear this. So the first one that we were playing was the C4 synthesizer. So we've set up a little camera here where we are going to
play some mess. What every mom hopes their kid's guitar sounds like.
So you can see there's 3 different, if you will, flavors, okay? So you got like the sub-bass tone, which is designated with a circle.
Yeah.
And then you flip this little switch. And then, of course, the last one here. Another cool feature that I noticed about them is that you see how reminds me of my old Roland keyboard days. Is they have 2 words there. One's in a white box.
2 parameters per knob.
So
yeah.
and you just have to push this button back here to go from, instead of input, it goes to sense. So watch the difference. So go ahead and play something. So the input volume's nothing, right? But if you push this button. And you can tell when the other button, is activated because this little light flashes.
Ah.
So that way, if it's on your pedal board and you're wondering, oh crap, which one am I on? You just know when it's lit like that, you know. All right. Oh, Preston. Okay, so we got our first comment here from our friend Preston. By the way, if you guys don't know who Preston Paris is, shame on you. He is a very talented musician and has been in our area for his entire life, and actually is a aspiring luthier and repair guy. So if you're out in the Cleveland area and want to make a real cool funky bass or have your stuff fixed, you got to look Preston up. Anyways, he is saying, that is pretty gnarly. Hey, that's like straight up late 80s term. I like it. Does it track chords at all? Well, let's find out.
No.
Well, it sounds very... Try it again. It's like all synthesizers.
Yeah, but it's mono. It ain't polysynths. one's doing 2 notes.
Yeah, so it is doing chords, but it's not doing complex, let's say, more than about 3 notes at a time.
That one tracks better.
But you know, that's just how synthesizers are. Whether you're playing a keyboard or a guitar.
Synthesizers have engines, and they're either monophonic or polyphonic.
Well, I'm just talking about even when you get a crazy thing. If you have a if you have a polyphonic,
you can still run out of memory on it.
Yeah, I mean, it just
sounds
a little, a little crowded when you have that many.
Man.
And see, that's where the mix thing can come in. Add more guitar in, and then it's kind of like plays as a nice.
Let the mix be on expression and just go to sweep it into bedlam.
So now these pedals also have a stereo in and stereo out.
Nobody uses that mess.
Well, here's the reason I'm mentioning that, because
keyboards.
Keyboards. I mean, there's a lot of guys that think this is only just for guitars. We're guitar players, so naturally it's easy for us to grab a guitar. But I'll tell you what, if you've not been trying pedals with even, any or any keyboard, you're really missing out. Now, I have a Rhodes piano. And man, Rhodes pianos love.
Did you bring a little goofy, little weird chord pocket thing?
No, but that would be
cool.
Yeah, that would have been really neat on this, actually, now the more I'm thinking about it. So, anyway, so that's the C4 synthesizer.
Yep.
And, it says, Gnarly has come full circle. Ron, by the way, thanks again for watching, buddy. Kind of like rad. I'm still waiting for Cool Beans to come back around. Ron?
Do it, man.
Cool Beans never went anywhere, all right?
You're the Cool Beans guy.
Just ask my sister-in-law, Becky. She knows all the cool things. She would say, heck bananas and cool beans. So
righteous.
She knows. Okay, so moving right along, we're going to go from the C4 synth. Let's slide this one back up. You know what? I'm going to do an irritating
pop, snap, pop.
And we're going to move to this guy right here. Okay.
Yeah, delay
the
time.
Nemesis Delay.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay, let's see if we got a good picture there. Son? Hey, there we go. Man, it looks like a Nemesis. It's all dark. Okay, so...
Push that one in all the way.
Yeah.
That is a strong jump.
Yeah, it's got a nice, satisfying click when you plug it in. All right, so here we go. A couple of cool things right off the top. You have 4 presets on board. Now, that's not uncommon for people who already own like a Boss DD200. But for someone who's into the boutique stuff, that is not something that you see very often in having this. Additionally, on the app, you can get 8 presets if you use the app, which is kind of a neat...
2 taps to get the tap in.
Yep. Man, that tape actually has a real decay after it. Listen to it. It gets nasty after about 2 beats.
Yeah, you can probably make it nasty too. Nastier.
So I'm not going to mess with time and mix because we know what that sounds like. This is really what people want to hear.
Yeah, go to the weird delays, right?
So here is, well, let's start at the beginning here. Digital.
What is that? What'd you do? Did you change the time when?
Yep, that's exactly what I did. This one's called Diffuse.
What's it called?
Diffuse.
Is it like a ducking thing that gets out of the way?
Yeah. Analog.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. noise tape. Let's try that one out. Yeah, that Nemesis does sound groovy. Okay, so now this is Degrade. Oh yeah, listen to that. Now, you know, one thing I'm noticing is you don't hear it switch. So the tails from the previous delay were still going when I switched the next one. There we go. Shifter. I dig it too, Ron. It's really cool.
That's good times.
It's called Helix. That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Reverse.
So turn the intensity down and feedback up. Oh, no, wait, other way. Make it slower. All wet.
Man, sounds like something off the Big Lebowski.
But that's only the reverse signal.
Yeah, I dig it. All right, so let's see here. What do we got? What's Sweeper all about? Oh, cool. It's got a little filter on it. So that tap, the tap tempo or the little switch effectively can either make your delay go faster, slower for your feet, or just, of course, you got the little
triplet dotted eighth or quarter. Does it get it faster? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so then you got rhythmic. Yeah, and the slapback. That's not like any slapback I've seen. So, all right, so definitely the Nemesis is a cool delay. It's very thorough and so on. You know, and
how much is that delay?
This delay is only $299.
Okay.
So it's right in line with similarly equipped delays like the DD200 or so on, or the Giga Delay was previously.
Way cheaper than the Timeline.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that's the other thing is that this stuff. I mean, granted, it is boutique, right? But it is not, you know, outside of the realm of some of this stuff is like, you know, is way out of a lot of people's reach. All right, so now this is the Collider. Now this is a delay, obviously not as in depth as the Nemesis was, but it combines the delay and a reverb in one package here. All right, so let's turn it on.
You can turn on. Oh, cool. The tap's on the delay on.
I see what they did here. So you got this switch here that affects either delay or reverb.
Oh, nice.
That way you just have one knob that still controls both effects. But I like the preset feature because you can go through them too. And basically save the settings that you like and so on. Now I know that there's a lot of people that are playing, and I guess you'd call it the worship markets. They're playing in churches, and they're recording music that has, I guess, more of an uplifting kind of message and whatever. And this has been a very popular pedal for that because you can get these amazing, almost ethereal soundscape type of tones out of this without trying too hard. I mean, it's pretty impressive. And now the Collider, because it is a reverb and delay pedal, is priced just a hair more. It's $349. But really, that's still inexpensive if you think about buying a reverb pedal and a delay pedal. That's going to do that. And you're not going to have a lot of the neat features that you have built into one very easy to manipulate, pedal. It also has MIDI, which is something that you don't see a lot with singular pedals like that. I mean, you see them with a larger processor and whatnot.
There's a bunch of them with MIDI now, man.
Well, I'm just thinking of things like stuff that, I don't know, everyone's probably got in their pedal board. Boss, DOD,
Brad's favorite brand, Sir.
MXR.
Not Sewer.
Sewer.
John Sir.
John Sir.
Has all of his that are pretty MIDI capable.
And, well, I know some of the more costly stuff, like I know Strymon has that as well and so on. But, yeah, so that Collider's pretty groovy. Now, let's go to the last one we're going to show today.
That thing's almost got too many features for this show.
Well, so many of this, when you're demoing pedals, I mean, first of all, I want to apologize. I know that you guys tune in for witty commentary and whatever, and so many of you may have tuned in and said, hey, man, where's all the, trying stuff out? But I'll tell you, you got to have stuff like this that just shows people the cool stuff. So this one's called the Spectrum. Now the Spectrum is effectively a multi-filter style pedal. If you've ever used a wah-wah pedal is effectively a filter pedal, but you are manually wahing the pedal back and forth and creating that sound. So back in the 70s, you had a few companies, Electro Harmonics, made one called the Baseballs and the Qtron, and the company Mutron or Musitronics came out with probably the most famous one called the Mutron 3, and guys like Jerry Garcia would use them extensively through the Grateful Dead stuff, and it just became iconic. It kind of fell out of favor a little bit, but now people are realizing how awesome those effects are. And so so the Spectrum here, if you notice, it gives you three little settings here. The far left side, you can see, you may not be able to see, but it says Tron. And so that is a very Qtron, Mutron kind of tone going on there. So you can see it's very dynamic. He picks lightly, and you get little to nothing. But you dig in a little bit harder, and then that's when it really takes over and grabs that sound. The center one is called Dumpling. And it's definitely got a lot more mid-range kind of... That last one's thrust, and you can hear... Almost sounds like it's got a synth bass on the bottom there. what I love about these kind of pedals is that people often will hear this and they start thinking about songs that they would play with this pedal. And I think that's just super cool.
Yeah.
Because we've all heard Blue Million songs from the beginning to "Fly Away" by Lenny Kravitz, when he had that little. I know again it was on a bass, but I mean it's an iconic sound. Well, now you're knowing that they used a filter. Or you could even use it for like, let's say that you're not a wah pedal person. That's fine. You could do a song like Voodoo Child or whatnot. The beginning of that with a. Or you could do Man in the Box or, So these are also great for playing with bass as well as guitar. But again, what I love, what's cool about pedals is that you can use them with whatever. I mean, if you've got something you can plug into it, it will affect the sound.
Yeah.
And so regardless of what you want to use it for, these are very high quality boxes that produce a really neat sound and will obviously give you years and years of reliable. When you use it with their with their free app for your device, it opens up a whole new realm of cool things that you can do with them. So Source is just a brand that really fit kind of what we do at Main Stage. It didn't compete with any of the brands that we're selling, so it's not like you got to go, well, wait a minute, you said this Boss was great. It is great, but what Source does is not something that Boss currently does, and a lot of stuff that Boss does, Source doesn't do. So it's not like we're trying to, say one is good, one is bad. No, I mean these all complement each other, and they can go right on your pedal board, regardless of what brands you have on there. You can really add to it.
What happened to the train?
The train?
I haven't heard the train tonight.
I heard a lawnmower.
I heard a lawnmower, but I don't think
maybe Norfolk Southern's
I don't think they're carrying
cutting back
with
on their
lawnmower.
Well, I mean,
you're not talking about the specific things about this. Like, have you had any of the EH synth pedals? Have you played in like the
electro-harmonic
stuff?
stuff?
The piano or the EP?
Well, I mean, yeah, we've had the what are they called? The
C9
the
and
C9, the
B9
B9 and whatever.
That
so
track's
those are cool.
Way better. I've had a couple filter pedals. This is great. That's really great.
Yeah, the quality is excellent.
Every filter pedal I've ever had, you've got to fight that frequency of when it comes on and how far it's willing to go. So that its attack and its opening, you've got to be messing with it all the time. And you throw a drive in front of it, it messes it up. That's got a really wide net that it's catching. I don't know, man. I think these are.
No, I dig them.
I think they're pretty slick.
I dig them. There's a reason we got them. So, but anyways, yeah. So Source Audio, just another cool thing you can come down, check out at Main Stage. And but again, we always appreciate you guys watching and supporting and checking it out. If there's anything special that you would like us to demo or do here on the show, let us know. I mean, we're all about it. And but otherwise, you always need to come down or check out our website or so on, or Facebook. Make sure you share and like and do all that kind of stuff. But the more the merrier. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next week with another cool music toy thing.